Hello everyone and welcome to Model Railroading for Dummies, the how-to show for model railroading dummies just like me. Now, this is going to be our second video for the Walters State Line Farm Supply Kitbash Challenge. That's a mouthful. So, if you haven't seen the first video for this series, watch it first and I explain what's all going on. So, if you're still here, or just got back from watching the first video, we are going to work on starting to cut pieces off, because we're doing a lot of, this is a true kitbash. Now, since last time, I cut a piece of styrene fitting the area that I'm going to be using. I don't remember what size it is, it's fairly small, it's all I have. So, have to deal with it. So I got some paints here that we may be using and stuff. But first, let's start cutting the bases. Cutting this base and then cutting this base. And I'll show you how I cut it. And hopefully I will not have to edit this for a bandage break. Knowing my luck, we will. So, let's get started. Okay, here we are at my workbench. Now, unfortunately, at the moment, all I have is this very small cutting self-healing mat. So, here's the main base plate here. Now, before you start cutting, there is a difference what side is which. And so, make sure you know what is what. Because there are spots where the door is going to be. Now, it may or may not matter depending on how you're building this, but I would say make sure you know what parts you want cut before you cut it. Okay, so I'm going to cut it from the back because it's smoother. Now I'm going to use this piece of styrene here to line up what needs to be cut. So you get it about right. Going to mark it with a pencil. Make you use this with a ruler too, but as I already have this all measured out, don't need one. Now, we'll take our metal edge ruler. And let's see. Yeah, let's do it this way. Put it approximately where you want it. Get it all nicely lined up the way you want it cut. Now, what I would recommend, which I thought of when I was looking for the self-healing mat, take some clamps and clamp it to the bench so you're not having to hold this. There. It ain't moving. That's nice. I'm glad I couldn't find my self-healing mat for a little while there. Now, I got a brand new 11 blade and just take it nice and easy. We have this all nicely solid, so the first pass is especially because you want to make a nice little groove for your knife to go in. Because it is extremely, extremely, extremely easy for your knife to go. Believe me, I've done enough of it when being careful. Another advantage of having this... Okay, the phone's now done. So another advantage of holding this here is you're since you are not holding it, you are far less likely to go chink. No! Band-Aid time! It's a fairly soft plastic. But just want to take it easy. Because when you're in a rush, that's when things go wrong. You're better off taking an extra 5 minutes than to take an extra 10 minutes to fix up your finger. Okay, it ain't a perfect cut. It kind of trimmed the edge a little bit, but that ain't too bad. So, got a spare piece of styrene in case we ever need that again. So, this is the easy one. Now, we've got this one here. Now this one, I want to cut it right in half. So, I think our best bet will be to, okay, this is approximately 4.5, which means about 2. I'll just use a pencil. It's approximately half. Let's see. Oh, looks like there's little mold marks. Approximately where it needs to go. Okay, now see again, get a nice straight edge. This doesn't look straight. No, it's not. Okay, measure again. Oh, duh. I measured at the wrong line. Okay, yeah. Now I got it right. I thought it didn't look right, but... Okay. As they say, measure twice, cut once. And I've only got one of these. Okay. Now, this part cut here won't be so bad. Okay, once again, let's see if we can get this thing onto... Let's see. Let's get these here. Okay, it looks like she'll work. Okay, she's still looking good. Now, we'll just have to take this slowly. Because, I mean, I want to save the other half of this in case... Because, I mean, I'm only going to be using essentially half this kit and not even going to use the little building thing that comes with it. Okay, I did veer off a little bit here, but it's just a little slight bulge, and it ain't going to make much difference. As long as we just stay on that track. This one we're going to have to cut through. So it may take me a little while. As you may have noticed, I'm wearing a sweatshirt again. It's about the coldest spring I have ever remembered. Probably about one of the coldest ones since the spring of 1881. For those of you who don't know, that was one of the worst winters in South Dakota, known winters in South Dakota history. It was the winter of 80-81, where it's basically a blizzard, about a couple blizzards every week. In fact, it got so bad that come the end of December, only a few Chicago Northwestern trains had made it into South Dakota that winter. It started like early October. Finally, this young Eastern guy from the railroad thought, oh, silly soft stuff can't stop me. couldn't believe how they were taking so long to shovel all this stuff out of the way. So he just revved up that old Chicago Northwestern locomotive and charged into the snowbank. Took him a little while to dig that guy out of there. But that was the last train that they tried to get through. And they didn't get another train. That was like end of December, first part of January. They just gave up trying to open up the line. Because the problem was the wind never stopped blowing. And of course it was all done by hand. They didn't get through the trains didn't get through till May, which is mid-May now. It's cold and wet and rainy. A lot of crop's not going to be put in this year. We have a field. It is wet where it has never been wet before. I'm just about through. I can feel where I'm going through in one spot. Towards the middle, of course. I'm more or less through now. Okay, it looks like I am basically all through that portion. Now, the really tricky part. Okay, yeah, I'm basically all through. It won't take much. Okay, I think what we're going to want to do is line the centerline point. Make sure you get it all nicely lined up. Just short of 6 inches, which means about 1 tick short of 6 inches, which means we got to be right half a tick. Okay, that's approximately where I want to cut it. Gonna see if I can use this little saw here. Don't ask me how it got rusty. I don't know. It was just on the floor. There. Just take it slow so there's a nice groove, and then start cutting away. And it's starting to go a little bit this way. See if I can correct that. Okay, now let's try to get this nice and straight. Well, we're getting there. seems to be working pretty good. It's going a little bit easier than I thought it was. That's always nice. Okay. Now to connect with a cut from below. Okay. Okay, we're basically all through there. Now we need to do something basically the exact same on this side. Get the exact center line. Okay. Let's see, I'm gonna start out with the knife this time, maybe. Get ever so slight a groove in there, just for the teeth to start getting there. Something for the teeth to get into and help guide its way in. Just take it slow, and before long you got a nice track which is to go. And just try and keep it straight. This one's a little bit off, but we've already got it cut, so we'll go through with it. And it shouldn't be too bad if it's a little bit off. No big deal, because this is a gravel bank, and we'll be covering it up with gravel anyway, so it's no big deal here if we're just a little bit off. Because this entire outside area is good. We're just not going to see it once we got sand and stuff all over it. Okay. Boy, was that crooked. Okay, we're just gonna have to do the best we can. See, it kind of leaned a little bit. We'll trim that off just a little bit. There. Now we need this front portion of the wall to cut. Now, this is where this is going to come in handy. Okay, let's do it this way then. Line it up all nicely. And I still don't think I've lined up good. Okay, let's put it on right on the edge here. Okay. So, yeah, this is the way to go. Now, got them butted up against it. All nice and straight. Press it down. Take our clamps. There we go. There we go. Now it's all nice and straight once again. Now, this is the exact width we need. Or it's a simple matter of doing like we've done before and just trim it carefully. I think it moved a little bit, but fortunately where we got enough groove in there, so we really don't need it anymore. So yeah, I think I'll just take this portion off and then just clamp it down like so. There we go. That probably wasn't the best choice of location. Okay, there. There, you gotta leave room for your hand. Probably should have reversed it. But I got it here and we're almost through. It's a lot of tedious cutting. Just to make the place fit. There we go, I think we're basically through. Okay. So that's a spare piece in case we ever want it for something else. So I'd say save basically all your scratches, put them in a place where you can find them. There. Now, well, I certainly screwed this up. Because you see, I should have cut this part off. I was not thinking, but I will make it work. Because you see, it's supposed to be where you can line up with these tabs here to help glue it up. So what we're going to have to do... Oh boy, did I screw that up. Yeah, because it's supposed to be like this. Note to self! This is why you need to be oh so careful about cutting stuff. Make sure you know you're cutting the part that's supposed to be cut. So, what we are going to have to do here is try and smooth this out a little bit. Maybe put a little putty in there. Smooth it out. And splice this back together. Here's the dummy at work. So, what I'm going to do is next time, between now and next time, I'm going to cut the right portion of the wall off, and then I will splice this together. It shouldn't be a too difficult splice. Just put some styrene in the back here, because I really don't think I can make it work, because it needs to be this way, the way I have the layout. I mean, the thing is, the open part's supposed to be the aisle. See, it's just not going to work. So, no matter how you do it, it's not going to work. So, we're going to have to do some splicing. But I'll do and cut the rest of these wall pieces out. Decide which ones I want. Because it comes with two different end walls. It comes with this one and this one. I think I'm going to, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be going with this one here. Because that's this doorway. Now you could, if you didn't have an internal, if you didn't have an interior, you could use this part here. Yeah, because you see, it'll go like this. So, yeah, we'll cut this part off here. We'll cut this end off here. And that's what we'll do next time. Oh, between now and next time. Next time we'll probably start painting. So, that's that here. Okay, that'll be it for today. That was not one of my better moments. cutting the wrong portion of the stupid wall off. Arg! But that's what happens when you're a dummy. Now, if you were someone like David Pop, this would never happen. But fortunately, I do believe we can fix it so that it'll be virtually invisible to most everyone. Except maybe me, who's utterly kicking himself for utterly falling for that utter stupid mistake. So, just goes to show, even if you screw up, you can usually fix it. So if you like this video, please feel free to leave a thumbs up and like and subscribe. And if you do subscribe, make sure to hit the little bell icon so that you can receive notifications when I release new content. So, until next time, keep having fun on your model railroad. Even though I screwed up like this, I'm still having fun. Especially since chances are I should be able to relatively easily fix it. So, until next time, keep your train on the tracks.